The Chaunce Hayden Show is sponsored by Hover.com. Go to gfq.hover.com and get 10% off your entire purchase. FreshBooks. FreshBooks is an easy-to-use online invoicing service that saves you time, gets you paid faster, and makes you look professional. Get started completely for free at freshbooks.com. And by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook by going to audiblepodcast.com/GFQ. Location provided by Sapphire New York. Visit them at nysapphire.com.
You think you have me all down, you think you have me, I will always be one step ahead.
Don't hurt me, for real. Look at her teeth! No, she has fangs, I'm not even kidding. Oh God, oh my God, are you insane? Hey everybody, you're watching the Chaunce Hayden Show, broadcasting live from the Sapphire Gentlemen's Club in New York City. Also, GFQ Network. You can watch us live on gfqlive.tv. And of course, Metropolis Nights Magazine, where you can see us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The New Jersey's greatest free entertainment magazine. We're on the air, but not much has changed from last week.
I'm
since
still
the last
looking
time.
at you. I don't know where to look when you're doing the whole little like introduction. I'm just like, okay.
It's an awkward moment, right?
Yeah.
Because it's so much to say.
Yeah, and I'm just like staring at you. And then
because you don't know if I'm going to be able to get through it, if I'm going to get annoyed during the middle of it.
And then are you going to make me try it?
I'm going to make you try it.
I'm going to feel awkward.
Could you do it right now if I said, Tatiana,
No.
start the show?
I haven't memorized it.
5, 4,
I don't
3,
know. I know. Stop.
2, 1.
Welcome to the Chaunce Hayden Show. That's it.
That's all you got memorized so far?
Yeah. Something of Metropolis Nights. Metropolis Nights.
No, you could do it better than me anyway, because you have a better speaking voice.
I'll practice
all right,
it.
Say, welcome to the Chaunce Hayden Show.
Welcome to the Chaunce Hayden Show.
Broadcasting live.
Broadcasting live.
From the Sapphire Gentlemen's Club.
From the Sapphire Gentlemen's Club.
The world's greatest gentlemen's club.
The world's greatest gentlemen's club.
In New York City.
In New York City.
Now put it all together.
Oh, no.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
You think my job, this is why I get paid the big money, because it's very difficult to do.
Do I get a raise if I like learn the introduction?
You will get a raise from what you're getting now, absolutely. Yeah. We'll double your salary.
Yes.
Whatever you're getting now, I guarantee you we'll double it.
I'll definitely be able to go on vacation now.
By the way, we have big plans for you. You don't know what they are yet.
What?
We can't really talk about it, but we will another time.
Stop, I want to know.
No, another time.
Ew,
so listen. Before the start of the show, there's always tension in here. It's always a difficult place to be. Even during the show is tension, but before the show there was a lot of tension tonight. Before
Why?
You got here.
Why? What happened?
Apparently, do you know who Andrew is?
Yes.
Andrew is the person that owns the GFQ network where we broadcast from. Okay.
He's sitting over there.
Right.
Hey.
Look at him right now.
Hello.
Look at his face. Does he look stressed?
No, he looks pretty happy.
Does he? Well, number one, before we get into what he's stressed about, segue. Let's step back a minute.
Okay.
Look what he's wearing. Andrew has on.
Hey, that's the first
stand
time
up,
I see
Andrew.
you wear sneakers.
Andrew,
you
stand
never
up.
Wear sneakers.
Stand in front of the camera. Stand in front of the camera so people can see
Show
you.
us your sneakers.
Look at his crotch. Did you ever see pants that tight on a non-gay man?
Not that tight.
Look at. Are they pretty tight?
They're normal.
Look at his groin.
Yeah, those are normal.
My nutsack hurts looking at his pants.
You have swag right now. You have swag.
This is what they wear.
No straight man wears pants that tight. How do you get into them? It must take you an hour to put them on.
This one isn't that bad. I have a pair of black ones that you can't even, I can't take them off.
See, if you're straight, it's never an issue putting
You're not
on your
wearing
pants.
shoes right now.
No,
And you have holes in your socks.
I know. I got a big giant hole. Look.
Oh my God.
See?
You look like a homeless
I
person
need
from the 1920s.
one of those. You know your mom had them when you were a kid, like a shoe. It was like a little fake foot, and your mom would put the sock over them and then sew the holes in your sock.
No.
You never had those?
No.
This is like old time.
I
We
would
used to
just
milk.
go buy new socks.
We used to milk the cow. After we got done milking the cow, we'd take the horse and buggy down the road to get some butter and ice, because you had to bring ice back to the home
That's cute.
because we didn't have refrigerators back then. So the way you kept your food cold was blocks of ice.
Really?
Yeah, and then your mom would sew your socks and make sock puppets.
Oh wow.
Your mom never made you a sock puppet?
No.
You take socks and put them inside another sock, Then you sew two little buttons on.
I've
and
seen
mouth.
those, but I never had one.
Really?
I want one.
Oh, your
now.
mother didn't love you.
She did. She bought me other stuff like Barbies and Cabbage Patch Kids.
Oh, because they had toys then. See, in my day, we didn't
Oh,
have
and
that
my
yet.
and my Barbie convertible. I love it. I still have it,
Really?
but I don't fit in it anymore, so that sucks.
So you're lucky. When I was a kid, I didn't have toys yet.
They used to play
toys
with Mercury.
With Mercury.
Toys weren't invented yet. But I'm done with you, Andrew. Don't think you're off the hook. Not only are your pants too tight, way too tight, because I know the shape of your.
Are these tight, Tatiana?
Stand up again,
those are
please.
normal. My friends
No,
wear those.
Andrew.
My-
If I could draw your penis, I could actually sketch your penis right now
I
by
think
looking at your
secretly
pants.
He's jealous and he wants a pair.
I could fit.
They're not that tight.
They're not.
I could
They're not
scratch.
that tight.
I could sketch.
Hendrix wearing tight pants too.
Mine are
No,
tighter than his.
no, they're not.
Yeah,
They
they
are
are.
not. I see creases in your pants. You have creases. He doesn't have a wrinkle in his pants.
And then what's wrong
Those
with
are
my
like.
sneakers?
It looks like you're ready.
What's wrong
It looks
with
like you're ready to be in a
sneakers?
bike race. It looks like you're a World Cup downhill skier. Your jeans look like it's a uniform for the World Cup
It
ski
does.
team.
What's wrong with the sneakers?
Because the sneakers, first of all, they're way too white. You don't wear
What
white
do you mean
sneakers
white?
like
They're
that.
way
No,
too
you
white. Look
scuff
at
them up a
this.
little bit.
No,
You're,
who wants to wear dirty
No.
white sneakers?
you're a guy and you're straight.
Those are
I
red.
just bought them. I bought them 3 days ago.
No, you don't. You don't. And wear the laces.
What are you?
This
Where
is
are the
coming from the guy
laces?
that has holes in his socks.
I love how he's giving you like speaking advice and he's giving me fashion tips now.
Yeah.
But Andrew,
Look at
seriously,
you.
where are your laces? It's not normal not to have laces on sneakers.
I
It
have
looks
laces.
weird.
They're tucked in.
Well, why would you tuck them in?
Oh, that's how I
like
used to wear.
Because
my
that's you know
sneakers.
why you don't. Because that's a gay thing to do. It's a homosexual act to put your laces inside your sneakers.
Can
Since
we
when?
talk about? You know what?
And not only
I have
that,
a question
and there's
for
one
you.
other thing.
What does your tattoo say on your back?
What fails to kill me only serves to make me stronger. What does that have to do with anything?
Is it spelled properly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not from what I've heard.
Oh, it's not?
So,
Let me
but
see. I
but
wanna
you
see.
but you know I could take my shirt off and show you you're wrong, but your laces will still be inside your sneakers. I mean, so where are we going with this? I could actually take my shirt off and show you my tattoo. Then we go, oh well, it is spelled right. Then I'm going to go back and say, okay, Your Honor, he
Is it
still
spelled
has
right?
his
You
laces
want me-
tucked in.
Look, his laces aren't in.
He's Dominican Republic. He's from the Dominican Republic.
Also, if you're Hispanic, you could.
Oh, he can do whatever he
You
wants.
can do whatever you want.
He's a
They're out. They're hanging out. You see?
Yeah,
he's a graffiti artist. He can do that kind of stuff.
Graffiti artist? Is he really? Are you really?
Well, he's from the Dominican.
Oh, he's not.
That they all are. Everybody from the Dominican Republic is a graffiti artist.
That's
You know,
funny.
like Irish are drunks and you know
Colombians are
Jews are
also-
cheap, and he's a graffiti artist. So I'm just saying, I don't
didn't
mean to
get
but
whistled at today though.
Ooh.
I did. She was a handicapped woman. In a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
You know why?
She
Because
had him at 450
because you look
pounds.
like a gay guy, and that's what they're attracted to.
She whistled and she goes, "You keep walking, boy."
That's awkward.
Yeah, I
And-
didn't know what to say.
And it gets a little
Should've
little
turned around
weirder.
and blew her a kiss.
But Andrew, it gets a little weirder. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
But this is what really is driving me more than anything else. It's driving me crazy. You have this goatee, right?
Okay.
And it's so well shaved, and it looks like you spent 4 days on it. It literally looks like you spent 4
I could
days
shave
trimming
in a
you.
straight line.
But this is what makes me laugh. It's not so much the goatee that I can't believe anyone can even trim something that tight and thin.
Okay.
What makes me laugh is when you came in here today, you didn't have that shadow. In the last hour, you've developed a 5 o'clock
I
shadow.
really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
In 60 minutes, you've developed a shadow.
I shaved this morning. I really did. Yeah,
You're the
what?
hairiest
right.
guy I know.
You're right.
It's still really smooth.
But like, look.
I can see
it's
from
a little
here.
stubbly.
I can see the stubble. You have a goatee. This is what's his name? George Michael used to do. You have the goatee with the stubble. Tight
that
jeans.
another-
Your nutsack sticking out of your jeans. You got camel toe. You're a guy with camel toe.
I don't. What do you see?
You got pure white sneakers with your laces tucked inside. Okay. You have a goatee that's well too manicured, and a 5 o'clock shadow, and grease in your hair.
I don't have grease in my hair.
That what holds it back.
Gel.
That's grease. That's
It's
gel
wax.
is grease.
It's Israeli
So
wax.
you put Israeli wax in your hair.
I do.
And you have a 5 o'clock shadow and a goatee, white sneakers, and your nutsack sticking through your pants.
I'm not the one who got plastic surgery, thousands of dollars worth of plastic surgery, so I could continue looking like an unborn fetus.
Yes, but this is not
He
a
does.
gay.
He looks like
Do
a
I-
fetus. He
do
looks
I-
like a baby.
This is getting
Do
so
I really?
intense. I'm glad
Do I look
that
like an unborn fetus to you?
no,
Do I?
no.
Would you? If
I
I,
don't know,
did,
I've never
if
seen
I
one,
did, would
really.
you feel uncomfortable saying it?
I'm not mean like that, so I don't think I would say it. But you know,
See?
you know.
Yeah.
Tatiana's younger than us. all the kids now wear skinny jeans, right? That's
Yeah.
what they all wear.
Yeah, my friends
See?
will wear stuff like what you're wearing.
How old are
See?
you? How old are you?
I am 20.
Okay, so
One.
you're 20 years old.
21.
21. No, well, whatever you are, you're a young kid. Andrew, you're
young adult.
Andrew, you've graduated beyond the tight jean look. It's not for you now.
Oh, these are nothing. You don't even know.
This is not for you.
This is nothing. These are like baggy jeans compared to what I have in that closet.
But Andrew,
So,
it's
but-
not appropriate to wear on steak and a BJ day. How are you supposed to get your pants off?
Oh, that's right. What's today?
Oh, yeah,
Do you know what today is?
Yeah. It's like, because it's, it's a month
Now explain.
after.
We'll get back to Andrew in a second, but explain this to me. So it's steak and VJ day.
Yeah, because
BJ.
You said V.
I did, didn't I? All right.
what do you
Let's
mean?
we'll move on past that. Go ahead. So what
That's
what
my
is steak
vagina
and
job.
what is steak and VJ day?
well, I read it on Instagram because
BJ.
somebody put it up because you know how girls get Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So now guys are getting that day, which is exactly a month after Valentine's Day. And then they have
So
get
you're
steak
supposed to
and
take a
blowjob.
guy out, buy him steak, and give him a blowjob.
Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent. Is it today?
That's
Yeah.
today.
Alright.
So how many people do you think acknowledge that? Would you do that for your boyfriend today?
I don't know. It depends how nice he was to me Valentine's Day.
Really?
Just kidding.
So do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Would you do that for him? Would you really? Would you would take your guy out for a steak dinner and knowing he would know during dinner that that's what he gets when he goes home?
What's wrong with that?
Depends. If
I-
he's nice to me.
I couldn't even imagine.
Not like if he's like one of those jerk boyfriends, you know?
That could be just a regular day. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
that's
Yeah, Shauna said that's a regular day for her.
Shauna, is that just an average day? That's a Tuesday for you?
like a Tuesday.
Because Shauna, look at Shauna, by the way. Shauna is the type of girl, like she's so quiet and so reserved. She's like a little country girl from New York State, but you know she's the biggest whore in the room. You just know she is.
Oh my God.
Like you look at a girl like Shauna, and there's nothing she won't do in bed. Nothing. That's the beauty.
All right,
We had a whole discussion last week about what you would do in bed.
Yeah, we actually did. We had a whole discussion about you.
Yeah.
I don't think Shauna has one limitation
Nothing.
to what you would do in bed for a guy that you were dating. And I don't think it's you personally. I think it's a cultural thing where you come from. In that cow town.
New Jersey?
In the cow town?
No, she's from New York State. She's from a farm in New York State, right?
Well, I mean, I'm originally from New Jersey, but yeah, I lived up there.
You live in a like little house in a prairie town
Yeah.
by a Syracuse. And up there, there's nothing to do. And if I'm wrong, if I'm out of line, I want you to tell me. There's so little to do up there that it's all about sex. It really is, isn't it? Like it's all about crazy, not just sex, but crazy sick sex.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
sick
it's
shit,
It's an hour.
dirty shit.
It's an hour in either direction to even get to a movie theater. So
Oh,
I mean, like,
wow.
what are you supposed to do? You
So
drink?
you do. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing to do.
Steak and BJ's.
You.
steak and BJ.
So
Every day.
So how perverted does it get? Like, what's the sickest request you ever got from a guy in bed, Shauna? Like
well,
the most bizarre
I-
thing.
I'm like a serial monogamist, so I don't really ever get crazy requests like that.
Wait, if I was your boyfriend, you've had boyfriends.
Yes.
So what do they ask? What's the craziest thing they've asked? Like, what's the most bizarre thing he's ever wanted you to do?
I don't know.
A rim job?
No.
No?
Dirty Sanchez?
No.
A rusty trombone?
Damn.
Cleveland steamer?
Marky Mark?
I like to keep things a little private, you know?
So let me get. I want you to do this. I'm going to guess, and you tell us if I'm right or wrong. Scratch your nose if I'm right. Every time I'm right, go like this to your nose, okay? Has a guy ever asked you for anal?
Yes.
Oh, that. Oh,
I mean,
look
I
how
mean,
fast you said that.
it's like I
You
don't-
said that loud and proud.
like-
You said that as if there's a penis in you right now. Like,
That's a standard.
You said yes so hard and
so
fast.
standard.
Oh my God,
That's
that's
so
not the
standard for
standard.
people to
Tatiana,
ask.
have you ever gone that way?
What?
Ever?
Okay, wow. Don't put myself out there.
That's a yes.
Like, are you
That-
kidding?
That's a yes.
Are
Who
you
does
kidding?
that? I never
Oh
met
my
a girl that
God,
does-
Stop. This is so awkward.
Really?
No answer.
Let's focus
Is that
on
a-
her.
Just because somebody asked doesn't mean it's happened.
Yeah.
Oh, Shauna, you said yes so fast
Because
and
you
so.
asked if I've been asked. I've been asked by people that aren't even my boyfriend.
No, you've done it. Obviously, of course you have.
No, I actually haven't.
You've never done it.
Nope.
I do not. I think you're lying. I
She's
think
saving
now,
that for her future
Yeah,
husband.
you're saying that for future boyfriends, current boyfriends, and for your family who may be watching.
There was like actually a running joke because my birthday is next month that like for my 28th birthday, like what should I do? Because for my 27th, I went and got my nipple pierced. I was like, well, maybe for my 28th, I should just, toss that in there. But
Who has these
it's not gonna
discussions?
happen.
You were gonna
I was thinking
toss
about
anal
going
in
to a
there for your
party or
birthday?
something.
Well, I mean, just something different.
Do you have a boyfriend now?
No, so it's unfortunate.
So who'd be the lucky guy to buy you that birthday gift?
I guess it's not happening. I have to
Chauncey.
wait.
So
Chauncey,
you're
it's you.
what you're doing? You're saying how feel is now. Your birthday's coming up, and you want to get it in the butthole
But-
for your birthday.
I guess when we put it that way, it's a little weird, right?
And you know what? It's the most. First of all, if I was your boyfriend, there's nothing worse than doing it for the first time with a girl because you have to deal with this. You ever see? Do you ever have Andrew? You probably had butthole
I
sex.
can't wait for this.
Obviously.
reenactment.
Yes, many times in my life, actually.
The way you're dressed, I
Giving
never
and
thought that was
receiving.
a dispute.
Giving and
When you have to give someone butthole sex for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
do you ever get that thing where they slap their hands like they keep putting their hands down there, and you got to keep removing their hand because it's like when you're a
I
little
haven't.
child and your mother's gonna take your temperature when you're sick, and they have those anal.
I never
Mine-
had one of those. I mean, there's like the regular ones. Why wouldn't you just use that?
I used to put it in my used to put
She
it
was
in my.
born in like 92.
Yeah, now it's like Star Trek,
91.
isn't it? Like
91.
yeah, you're so young.
Christ.
You're so young that it's like Star Trek. They just point a gun at you from a distance,
Yeah.
and it's like your temperature. With me,
Actually,
my
you know
mother
what I
used to have
used to
her.
do in school?
My mother had like a log. It was like a log she would shove up my butt. That had like the log would change colors if I had a fever. You know what I mean? Like the branch would turn darker brown. if I
No, mine
sick.
was always the one you put under your tongue. So when I was like in middle school and I wanted to go home, I would stick like a dime under my tongue and leave it there. I know it's like gross because it's a dime. It's supposed to put change in your mouth. But it would always work. So I would go to the nurse, I would leave it there, and it would make like underneath my tongue really hot. So when they would take my temperature, I
A
would
dime
always,
would make your tongue hot.
yeah. Isn't that weird?
You know what else you could have done? Just
What?
drank some warm water.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
Yeah. Well, whatever.
or you
I
take
didn't die, so.
take it and you put it on a light, like you hold it.
Yeah, but the nurse is there and she puts it in your mouth. So what are you supposed to do? Like, oh no, hold on,
How do we get from that to butthole sex with Shauna?
because your mom shoved.
Oh,
bombs
so
up your ass.
anyway, so when you do it for the first time with a girl, is that posture that you can't get it in, and you got to keep talking off the shelf saying you have to relax, you have to relax, you have to, and then by that point you're not in the mood to do it anymore because if you have to instruct someone to relax when you're trying, unless you're a Hendrick, because he probably enjoys that. Nothing. I'm supposed to be paying attention. So when you're trying to
He's
get somebody to
Instagramming.
relax, to me, I lose my desire. Because that takes a lot of focus. That's like peeing in a bathroom. Like it takes focus.
Chaunce, what's the worst sex experience you've had?
Ooh, yeah.
The worst sex experience? You mean where I didn't enjoy it? Where something happened and I didn't enjoy it?
Like, not necessarily. Yeah, maybe not necessarily something gross, but like something that just.
That you're like, oh, never
yeah,
again.
It was awful. Like
Yeah.
everything just went bad.
There was this guy once. No.
Don't lie.
So one day my father came into my room. It was such a nightmare.
Ew.
No.
You're
I told.
so gross, like-
No, my worst sexual experience, and this is a true story. This is the worst sexual experience I ever had.
Okay.
I was getting ready to go to boot camp. I said this once on the air. I was getting ready to go to boot camp in the Navy, and I was going down to the high school track to jog every day to get in shape for boot camp. And there was this old man sitting on a lawn chair in the middle of the football field.
Okay.
And he calls me over and he says, "You have a great body." He goes, "What do you do? Are you training for an event? Are you a track runner?" I said, "No, I'm going to boot camp. I'm trying to get in shape. I ran track in high school." And he said, "Well, I'm a coach." He goes, "Every night at 6 o'clock, come to the high school, meet me under the bleachers, and I'll work you out." And I thought,
This really didn't happen, did it?
Yes, it did.
This really happened. And I said, "Oh, this is great. It's like having a coach. It's like having a personal trainer. This is terrific." So I would go to the field, the high school field, every night at 6.
Am I gonna be scarred for
And
life?
he would meet me. He was a military drill sergeant. He said he was in the Marines. So he'd make me get at attention, then spread my legs, and then he'd start slapping me on the ass. And he'd tell me, tighten your ass. And he'd keep spanking me. And I thought this was the greatest workout ever. I said, I'm going to have rock hard abs. Like he would hit me,
Something
spank
else
me.
is gonna be rock hard by the end of that story.
So then he had me bend over and touch my. This is honest to God truth. He would have me do windmills.
How old were you?
18.
And you fell for it?
I thought this was the most legit thing ever. I was grabbing my ankles. He said, "Grab your ankles and stretch your hamstrings." So
Chaunce is like a stupid drunk girl.
like a stupid. I was this guy's wildest fantasy
didn't
come
even have
true.
to put roofies
This
in
guy,
his drink. He
this
just did
guy
it
couldn't
voluntarily.
believe. This man could not believe his good fortune. He couldn't believe it. He really couldn't believe it. I was going there with these, back in those days,
Little-
you wore little guys when they, guys wore shorts. Like, you ever see basketball players in the NBA, like in the 1970s?
They're super booty shorts.
Yeah, you could almost see their testicle hanging out through the side of the short. It was so short. That's how short my shorts were. And they were like vinyl and baggy. So I'm like a bitch. I'm like a girl, grabbing my ankles. He's behind me, and I hear this. And I'm like, he really is into this work. Like, he's getting into it. Like, I'm like, and I have to say, yes, sir, no, sir. And he goes, are you enjoying this? No, sir. He goes, are you enjoying this? No, sir. And he would keep spanking me on the ass, and I go, so I did this for the whole summer, the entire summer. I mean, and it got hotter and heavier. I mean, there's some stuff I wouldn't even admit to that happened. And I thought it was the best, really thought it was the best workout I ever had. So, long story short, 10 years go by. 10 years. I'm out of the Navy.
You're 28.
Yeah, I'm out of the Navy. It's well behind me. I've been out of the Navy for years now.
Did you realize what he was doing?
I'm sitting at a red light one day, and I swear to Jesus this happened. I'm at a red light, and I'm just sitting there waiting for the light to change. I'm like, oh my God. I was raped. I was raped the whole summer. It took 10 years for it to sink in at a red light. I said, this motherfucker raped me the whole entire summer. And I called the cops. I actually called the cops.
Oh, you did?
I did.
And what happened?
They said they know who he is and he's in jail, that he did it to a bunch of people. I was 18 years old.
I just can't
Stunning
believe that
about
you're
this
18
story.
and that you fall for it.
Well,
Like,
no,
that's what I can't
thing.
believe. Like, I believe it for like a little kid, you know, he's in school, his gym teacher, but you were 18.
Well, what I find amazing that there was more than one Chauncey out there that fell for this.
Well, yeah, apparently a lot of people, this guy waited at the high school and he would get kids working out, you know, all ages, and he'd sexually abuse them.
Oh my
Couldn't
God.
believe it. But it was a good workout.
Did you,
It
you
actually
never
was a good
told like
workout.
your parents, like, oh, I'm working out.
I don't think, you know what, my parents don't even care. Like, if I told my parents that, their reaction would be, who gives a fuck? Like, they would not care. My parents would not care. They would do what they tell me, I asked for it.
Aw.
They would tell me I wanted it. Like Andrew wants it.
You and your hot pants.
But
going to
the reason,
Of course you wanted
No,
it.
the reason why I was talking about Andrew is because, so at the start of the show, Andrew gets a call that he doesn't have house insurance anymore. Andrew has a house with no insurance, okay? Allegedly. And then we start finding out that he can't allegedly get insurance.
Because the house is...
Because why? What's wrong with your staircase?
It's falling apart.
It's sinking into
The entire
ground.
house. Yeah, the staircase... Actually, the house is kind of
Tell
sinking in
Tatiana
general.
who lived in your house.
Madonna. Madonna used to rent my house.
Oh my God, really?
Madonna
Madonna's
rented his
manager
house.
used to rent my house, and Madonna used to live in my house.
That's so cool.
His neighbors have stories about Madonna having loud parties at his house. With this,
You want me to say it? I've told you off the air.
say, well, I don't
They
know
used
what
to
you're saying.
throw feces out the window.
Yes.
And it was like a bunch of like...
Who, Madonna and her friends?
Madonna would
I
throw
don't know.
feces.
I don't know if Madonna actually did it, but they were. The manager, when I spoke to the manager, her manager said they were all on drugs at that time, a lot of drugs, and they allegedly partied a lot, and they did a lot of things that they regret. My neighbors told me stories about drunk lesbians running up and down the street naked and
Throwing feces.
and throwing garbage and just like going crazy, nuts.
Oh my God.
What?
Sounds like Project X. Well, not really, because Project X didn't do that, but it was crazy.
And now you know why my stairs don't work.
So your stairs are shrinking into your home,
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
yeah. There's also I'm missing siding.
Well, you know something? This is what I was going to tell you, but the show started, so I didn't get a chance. You really can get your home inspected and passed like it's nothing. It's so easy to do. I'll tell you, this is because this is a true story. You're going to think I'm insane when I tell you this,
Oh, what?
but it's true. So I had to get my house inspected to get it refinanced, okay? I have a walk-in closet. This is how insane I am. I have a walk-in closet in my upstairs. It's a big walk-in closet. Like, it has, it could almost be a little baby's room. It's that big of a walk-in closet. Not like Hendrik has, but it's normal, like a human being's walk-in closet.
Like a human being.
And-
Because Hendrik's not a human
Yeah,
being.
that's like Beverly Hillbillies, like I won $1 billion lottery walk-in closet. So anyway, the inspector goes upstairs, and I'm trying to make it a bedroom so my house is worth more money. So I close the door to the room, and I tell the inspector, she goes, "Oh, is that a bedroom?" And I'm like, "Yes, it is." She's like, "Oh, that's great. So I can mark that as your 5th bedroom." I'm like, "Yes, absolutely. I have 5 bedrooms." Now my house goes up in value. So she's sitting there writing. She goes, okay, I just need to look inside. I'm like, oh, well, you can't. I said, my girlfriend's in there and she's not feeling well. She's laying in bed and she's sick. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things, bad time, but just, it's the 5th bedroom, and let me show you the other room. She goes, no, but I have to go inside there, and look, I won't disturb her. Now what do? Now I just told her there's a human being in that room sick on the floor, and the door's closed. Now I have to open this room, and there's a broom closet. I almost fainted. I almost fainted from the stress.
I literally would just kill her.
I'm telling you, you know what? I swear to God, I almost did. It crossed my mind.
I thought
it's easier to kill this woman, chop her up, and put her in my basement than to face the embarrassment that I'm about to have to face. It would be easier to really kill her. And I swear to God, I was thinking about it. I'm like, she just signed a death warrant. If she asks me one more time to go into that room, I'm going to have to start strangling her. It's going to be one of those crazy stories you read about in the news. There's going to be any reason why I did it. No one's ever going to know why I did it except for her and me. And I won't even say in court why I did it because it's that embarrassing. I'm just going to say I went crazy. But the reason's going to be because I was so embarrassed that she was going to look at a broom closet that I just told her a woman's laying sick in. It's a broom closet. But it gets better. So obviously I don't kill her. So I'm like, are you sure you really need to see the room? Because it's really going to be a problem. And she goes, I have to put my head in. I have to. So I open the door. There's the closet, a couple of shoes and a few shirts. No person laying there, no room. And I go, there it is. And she looks in. She goes like this. She writes down a note. And she goes on to the next room. And I know on the paper she wrote, he's fucking insane. Like, he's insane. If I'm found dead,
yeah.
please tell my family I love them and that I'm sorry this happened.
So he didn't actually like say anything?
It was a woman. No, she didn't say. That was worse. If she would have said to me, I know you bullshitted. I know, you shouldn't lie about that. Mm-hmm. That's really inappropriate. You could get a big fine. If she would have said, I could fine you for what you tried to just pull off, I would have been better with that than having to deal with her just look in the room and close the door. You know what I mean? That was worse. Because now I have to give her the rest of the tour of the house. Because now I have more rooms to show her. And now I know she thinks I'm off my rocker.
Was that like an awkward silence after?
Dead silence for us. We just walked around the house showing other rooms.
I would have just pretended to faint when she wanted to watch the, I
should have just passed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad, real bad.
But you don't understand the situation we're in. The house, it's a big old house. They're going to find something everywhere.
Yeah, but you know what? I guarantee you they're going to come to your house and they're not going to care. They're going to look around, they're going to say, oh, that crack in the concrete, can you just fix that? Make a note to fix that. And, this windowsill needs to be caulked. All right.
Yeah, but, what my insurance company just told me is like, listen, these guys, they don't fuck around. They are one of the most strict. The company that they work with is one of the most strict, I guess, inspecting companies ever.
You're such a worrywart baby.
Of course I have to worry because now I have to spend $10,000 to fix a stupid stairs.
Who said you have to do that? Who said that besides you?
Then I have to do what?
Wife, if you want to, is he crazy? Who said you have to spend $10,000 to fix your stairs? Who said it?
A lot of money.
Nobody said it. Nobody said anything. Nobody even said anything's wrong.
She doesn't care. She just got a brand new bathroom. That's all she cares about.
No, you're like you have camel toe in your groin. You have white sneakers with the laces tucked in. Anything Kenny does looks great.
How come he can wear those?
Listen to me. Anything Kenny does looks great.
I have the same haircut.
You're not in the same category. Do not put yourself in the same category as Kenny. Kenny looks like a man's man. He looks like a more. Holy shit, you look good. You look like, you know what you look like? You look like you stepped out of GQ magazine, literally.
I wish.
It's bullshit that you walk around like this. Look at you.
Why?
How do you walk down the street like that?
I got a great, stylist.
Who looks like you?
I wish.
Tatiana, is that crazy? That's ridiculously good looking. I'm not even.
Tatiana, if I was walking down the street, would you stop me?
I would just look at you, check you out, and then I keep walking.
You know what I want to do? I want to walk down the street with him and just bring the cameras and just and look at, not him, but the girls that pass him. How great would that be? Walk down, we should get a video camera and do this one day.
We should.
Walk down 7th Avenue with Kenny. Don't film Kenny, film the girls that pass him and watch them turn around and see the reactions. What do you think that would be awesome?
Listen, I look like a Persian magician and I got looks today. Imagine him.
I see. It's like going. It's like when Kenny's in the room. Kenny Santucci we're talking about from MTV. Kenny Santucci is sitting here across me. You can't see him on camera, but I've never met anybody this. You want to sit here next to Tatiana? Sit down so people can see you. You're here. When you see Kenny,
Tatiana, keep your hands off my leg.
when you see Kenny, you know what it's like when you go to a really rich guy's house and you don't when you have nothing in life and you go to that one friend who's a multimillionaire and it reminds you how poor you really are, how little you really have.
That's never happened.
That's what's like being in a room with Kenny. You don't realize how, you know you're ugly, you know you're not an attractive man, but you don't understand just how ugly you are until you see Kenny. And then you realize, I'll go home tonight and I'll probably overdose thinking about you.
Well, I appreciate it.
You're welcome, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
You know what impresses me more? I mean, I live in like the gay capital of the world. I live in Chelsea, and you see some of these guys, and you're like, damn, I'm not even gay. And these guys are good-looking dudes. I mean, there's a
But there's a difference. I know what you're saying. I look at Andrew and I see that gay look. That's the gay guy from Chelsea. I look at you.
You haven't seen enough gay guys in Chelsea.
I see gayness in Andrew.
These guys are like the most in shape dudes you'll ever see. I work out at like Equinox.
Yeah.
And that New York Health and Racquet, and there are some guys there just like in crazy. I mean, I've been working out since I was 15. I don't look half as good as these.
Do those guys must hit on you all the time, right? What do they do?
Well,
What's the approach?
I will tell you one weird experience I had in the locker room.
Thank you.
I came in, I changed my clothes, I put them in the locker. I went to go take a shower. I come back and there was a number on the locker, and I'm like in my
I'd be happy. You know what?
Why would you be happy? It's a guy's locker room.
Doesn't matter.
Obviously,
I feel like somebody thought I was good looking enough to want to fuck me. You know what I mean?
I was flattered, but at the same time, I'm like, it obviously wasn't a girl who loved me or not.
Well, they knew they were going out. They knew.
But I go back home to my girlfriend, and I'm like, could you believe this? Like,
that
somebody
probably
left
turns
it.
her on so much.
She's like, you like it? I'm like, well, I'm flattered. I mean, I didn't see anybody else get a number. I mean, I feel pretty good about the whole situation.
You're so good looking, I want to cry. Like you make me want to weep.
I don't know what to do.
You're so good looking, I could physically weep.
Do it.
I appreciate it.
I've never seen
I
anything
want to
like
see
it.
you weep.
Seriously, you may be the best looking guy I've ever seen in my life. I'm not getting
sure
on
you've
you.
been around better
No
looking.
one's straighter than me. I'm so straight, I'm almost asexual. I have no sexuality, I'm so straight. I look at you and I fall to my knees. Like, that's how good looking you are.
I appreciate it.
How could you not be?
I want you to be my agent.
I just want to be around
I just
you.
want you to pitch me to everybody.
I just want to be friends.
I just want to be around you.
Yeah.
When you go to, how often have you been to Hollywood? You've been to Hollywood a couple of times.
A couple of times, yeah.
What is it like when you go there? Do directors want to fuck you? Could you get movie roles?
I wish.
Oh, I don't believe it.
I wish.
No directors ever hit on you and saying, if you do this, you can get this role?
I've had a guy at a bar come up to me.
Right,
And
right.
he gave me these card and stuff. And, this was when I was a little younger. I was like 22, 23 at the time. A guy offered me like cash, like cold hard cash to blow me. And I was like,
How much?
what?
How much?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you, I swear.
Wait,
I turned it down.
Oh, God,
I
tell
turned
me
it
how
down.
much. I gotta know.
20 grand.
Oh my God, I suck his dick for the whole year. Every day. I didn't meet him before work. I'd suck his dick every morning before he went to work.
When I was
20 grand.
22 and before this was like my whole like MTV and saw the dumb shit I do for 20 grand on TV.
Right.
I'm like, shit, I mean, I might as well have taken the fucking
20 grand for one time?
One time. I couldn't believe
You
it.
swear to God you didn't do it.
Swear to
You
God.
were at 21.
I
you
mean,
were able
right
to
now,
turn
I
down
wish
20
I
grand.
did. I'd have 20 grand
If you,
stashed
so
under
that,
my
so
pillow.
20 grand, you would do it now.
What?
For 20 grand, you would do that.
I don't know. Probably not, but.
You would.
I mean,
I'm thinking for
That's a-
$1,000. You might get me on a good night for $500. Like if I really got to pay my rent, if my bills,
for the radio show.
if my phone bills due, and I really got to pay it.
Oh,
$500
actually, it is.
It is
$500.
Is this for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Snooki? You know Snooki, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you do the show. Of course you know Snooki.
Yeah. I was texting. I was actually with Angelina like this weekend. I saw her, and I didn't believe it.
Chauncey's favorite one.
We've had run-ins with Angelina and her mother here on the show.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
You've had her here?
Yeah, many times. So Snooki's pregnant. Why do you say you don't believe it? Why
I don't know.
you
I don't
believe
know.
it?
I mean, I was with her a month ago.
Okay.
She didn't look
You
pregnant.
do the after show for people watching and don't know. Kenny Santucci does the after show for Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
So you talk
On
to her.
MTV.com. People are
On
like, you don't do
MTV.com.
the after show. I'm like, I do the one on MTV.com.
More people care. The kids that watch Jersey Shore watch the internet more than they watch the TV.
Oh yeah. Oh, it'll get way over 1 million views.
Yeah. So you know Snooki.
Yeah.
And you didn't think when you met her the last time that she was pregnant?
No, she looked good. She looked in shape. I didn't think she was. I mean, I guess I don't know much about women being pregnant, thank God. But I know it takes like 3 or 4 months, right?
So
think she
so
was
they
just-
get a bump. They get a baby
Yeah,
bump.
but she just.
But this
she's
was a
just
month
3
ago.
months now.
This was a month ago, and now there's a picture of her on the cover
Do
of Us
you
Weekly
think,
with a
are
bump.
you saying that you think maybe Us Weekly, in order to sell magazines, might have photoshopped that picture a little bit?
No, because it's on the cover of like every magazine, isn't it?
Hey, no, they signed an exclusive deal with Us Weekly. Only Us Weekly got that shot. We've whitened OJ, right? Time Magazine. Remember they did that thing with OJ Simpson and they whitened his face.
Yeah.
We're notorious for taking covers of magazines and altering them to sell issues. Would it be that shocking if we didn't take Snooki's belly and blew it up a little bit?
Oh, probably.
And that type of dress kind of makes it.
Yeah.
that way, too.
I mean,
Plus,
are
it was like if I
could
stick
we
my
put a
gut
pillow?
out, I mean, I look at.
Would it be illegal? Would it be illegal to put a pillow underneath that sundress and make her a little chubbier, a little more pregnant looking? They're not saying.
I don't think there's anything illegal with it. It's
I don't
just
think it's
misleading.
illegal.
Yeah.
And if it sells more magazines,
In France, they can't Photoshop.
Hendrix.
No.
Yeah. yeah,
Hendrix
they
in the
can't
room.
Photoshop.
Hendrix publishes Metropolis Nights. Hendrix, if I came to you with Snooki and she wasn't pregnant enough, but wanted to get the story, would you be opposed to putting something under her stomach to make her look more pregnant? You do it.
Little
Yeah.
couch pillow.
I don't think it may be unethical, but I don't think I don't put it past Us Weekly to do that, to sell issues.
No,
Chaunce,
I just saw like on one of the gossip sites, they showed her in the street with Jenny, and she didn't look pregnant at all. This is like from this week. She doesn't look.
What
like
here?
a
What here?
bump.
All right, this is kind of a funny story. Anyway, just yell stop if I go too far.
Oh God.
No, just yell
Gonna be one of
stop, and it
those.
stops. So Star Magazine calls my office, Metropolis Nights, the other day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Stop!
I was there.
He's like, no. So they wanted to speak to somebody that saw Snooki at 46 Lounge. Was the last place she was seen out in public while she was pregnant was 46 Lounge in Totowa, New Jersey. It really is the biggest, best nightclub in New Jersey. So she's there. She's there partying.
it is a good spot.
It is, right? 46 Lounge is amazing. So, and you can pick up a copy of Metropolis Nights in the lobby when you go in. In
Perfect.
case you didn't know.
Stop by.
You cover one in magazine.
And by the way, open up your ad to the GFQ network, which I think is on page 9 of Metropolis Nights magazine. And in the back page is Sapphire Gentlemen's Club, which is also the world's greatest gentlemen's club. And then I mentioned the Chaunce Hayden Show, which airs at 6 o'clock every Wednesday evening. So anyway, Star Magazine calls and they want information about Snooki. I know what they're fishing for. They want to know she was drinking at 46 Lounge. That's what they want. That's the headline story. She's drunk while she's pregnant.
Yeah.
She wasn't. But I wasn't there. I just heard what went on. So, but this is how fucked up news is. And
Was she drinking?
No, she wasn't drinking.
could've just
But
lied.
the point of the story is that Star Magazine, I took the call and pretended I was there and answered all their questions as if she was sitting right next to me. And they're taking notes, writing, really, then what'd you do? Oh, well, then, she said. But then what happened? Oh, well, at that point, Giovanni jumped up and and they're writing all this down like this is their big story for next week. And meanwhile, there's no confirmation I was there. Nobody knows about it. I could have said anything.
You're just
I
a
could have
maniac that's
been. I could have been a
making up
maniac
stories.
that just happened to broke into the office and answered the phone. And they just got this. They just got the story of their life. We got a guy who was right next to Snooki during the party, and they're writing it down like it's the word of God. That's why you can't believe anything, because everything I said was a complete lie.
Yeah,
I
that's
wasn't
true.
there. I don't know what Snooki did that night. I heard from people that were there she didn't drink, but I am not an authority on that. Like I wasn't there. But you're going to read that I was there in Star Magazine. Did I just
Chaunce
ruin my
Hayden.
credibility as a journalist? Like completely just
I think
destroy.
I think you ruined it years ago.
I just like busting on the media. I just think it's funny with tabloids because they get so. My favorite tabloid story, Kenny, you're gonna like this.
Okay.
This another Star Magazine story. I've told this a while back on the air, but it's worth retelling. So, I wrote a script. We're here at Sapphire Gentlemen's Club. It used to be Scores. I wrote a movie script about Scores and all the celebrities that used to come here. Right. So I'm shopping the script around. And Star Magazine does a 2-page spread on it, on this movie. The reporter calls me up, does the interview, and says, hey, can we meet at a bar afterwards? I want to pick your brain and share and talk over some contacts that you might have. And I think she's going to hire me. She's a senior reporter at Star Magazine. They want to hire me to do a gossip page or something. So I said, yeah, I'll meet you. So I meet at the Thompson Hotel. in Soho.
Yeah.
You know that. You probably meet women there all the time.
Great spot.
Yeah, great spot. Like I could pimp you. I can make so much money with you. Give me an afternoon, and we'll never work again. You and I.
Perfect. Let's do it.
One afternoon at the Thompson Hotel.
I'm looking to not work anymore.
I'm looking for a guy like you to help me not work. I'll be what's it? Rizzo. Remember Midnight Cowboy? Remember that movie? Oh my God! Everybody's so young. Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah,
you don't know about
sorry.
what's his name? Glenn Campbell or John Voight was. John Voight.
Oh, John Voight was in the
You
movie.
know, John Voight plays a male prostitute cowboy.
1936.
It came out in the early 70s. Came out in the early 70s, but it's on all the time. Well, you never watched Gone with the Wind? That came out in the early 40s, late 30s. You never saw that?
No.
Anyway, we'll get to pimping you.
Sorry,
We'll get to
can't
pimping you in a
relate.
second. So this is what happens. So I meet this star senior reporter at the Thompson Hotel. We're having a couple of drinks. After about 5 drinks, she's like, well, we should get down to business. You know, we should really talk about why we're here. And I'm like, well, I thought we were doing that for the last few hours. We're talking about my publicist contacts, yours, you know. That's what we're doing. She goes, no. She goes, I'm not talking about that. She goes, I'm a prostitute. And she said, I worked as a whore in LA. And she goes, I just moved to New York as a senior reporter for Star, and I want to keep working, but I don't know who to trust here or who I'm looking for a client list. And I figured I saw your website and I saw your magazine, and I figured you've been in New York so long, you know a couple of people that could be clients, and I give you a cut. So the
she's
senior
asking you to
reporter
be
at Star Magazine,
her
who
pimp.
just
Been a
interviewed me
pimp.
for a 2-page spread, is asking me to be her pimp, and that she's telling me she's a prostitute. I swear to God, you can't.
Was she hot?
I would. She
Logical
wasn't bad.
She was
question.
in the news recently.
She's
right?
in the news a lot.
Okay, you don't want to say her name?
Can we say it? Can I've said her name before.
You
I'll
said her
say
name. Go ahead.
Kate Major.
Yeah, Kate Major.
Yeah, Kate Major, who was dating Michael Lohan.
I'm gonna have to Google this later.
Lindsay Lohan's dad's girlfriend, who he beat up. He went to jail for it. He just beat her up, and he went to prison for it.
And she was a prostitute?
She told me, she said, Chauncey.
Do you ever really get out of the business? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, say it again.
I mean, when you were once a prostitute, I feel like always a prostitute.
Oh, aren't we all, Kenny? Aren't we all
yeah.
prostitutes? I mean,
Kind of prostitute myself for stupid shit.
but here's the deal. Some of us are successful, and some of us. I'm a prostitute. I just have no business.
Yeah.
Like I'm an unemployed prostitute.
Yeah.
I can't get work as a prostitute. You, on the other hand, I'm sure would be a very successful.
And you can be his pimp.
Hey, listen, I'm at the stage now in my life. I'm ready to step down and represent you. I don't think that the police bother guys like you and me.
No.
Like they bother like that woman, the new New York madam.
I heard about it. Uptown, right? Upper
Yeah,
East
she's
Side,
still
I
in
don't know.
prison. She's still rotting in prison because she allegedly hooked up, people with girls, which is the most bullshit thing to go to prison. You have killers
She's a
and rapists walking the
matchmaker.
street.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah, it's
Millionaire
and
matchmaker.
she can't get out of jail. It's such bullshit. But it's headlines and prosecutors love that shit. You and I, they don't even want to touch us because we're skeevy. I mean,
I
gay
don't
sex
get-
is skeevy.
But I don't get the difference between, somebody who's a matchmaker and somebody who's a madam.
Well, there is a difference, and here's the difference. If I'm the prosecutor,
They're banging.
yeah, but
it
right,
only
but
leads
no,
to
no,
banging.
here's the
no,
no.
here's what they do though. You know that show Millionaire Matchmaker? She tells the
Yeah.
girls don't sleep with them. That's a legal thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not because she's a good person.
Here's-
telling them.
listen.
It's a legal thing because if everybody's banging on that first date and they're paying her
Yeah.
as a client,
Yeah.
that's prostitution.
But what
Let me-
about?
well, let me
but
expl-
what separates I love New York and all that shit? It's like all those people were banging. They're literally putting them in a house. The production company is almost like putting them in a house and setting up
I'm
the
gonna tell
fucking
you.
scenario.
I know. No, I'll tell you the difference. Here's the difference. Look at me. Look at this body. Look at me.
Sculpted.
Yes. Zoom in on me.
Yes, sculpted out of
this.
stone.
Yes. Now I'm in bed 3 a.m. No chance of ever getting laid. A little drunk, a lot drunk. Okay. Sitting at home by myself watching late night infomercials.
Yeah.
I can get laid not because I'm calling a matchmaker service. I'm not calling so and so's. We'll get you a date Jewish singles line.
Yeah.
That's not going to get me a blowjob in the next half hour.
Yeah.
I know who to call if I want a blowjob in a half hour, and who's going to come and give it to me. So, if you're looking for, if you say a matchmaker, well, it's the same thing. No, it's not. I'm calling to get a blowjob. If I call that Jewish singles dating service, no one's coming over to give me a blowjob. They're coming over for me to spend money on a date, and even then, I'm probably not getting shit. I probably just wasted my money taking them on a date.
Well, I have a ton of buddies who use like, Friend Finder and all these websites and stuff. And I'm even afraid to sign on to that because my girlfriend does check the history of my computer. But I want to see what the whole thing's about. Because everybody's like, you could sign on to like Plenty of Fish or some of these websites. And then like girls will show up, and then you could bang them and then they leave. I'm like, that's prostitution.
Wait, so you're saying I could sign up for this?
You could sign up for these
and
websites.
Girls will show up to my home for free. No charge.
Yeah, but they're like regular people. Like
they just want to get
like,
like just horny.
So they just want to have
so we'll
sex?
say, all right, Tatiana, say you're that girl.
Come on, is
somebody
somebody
on your own time, Harold. We'll get you.
We have enough people in this room.
We'll
Somebody's on one of these websites.
We'll give you the website after the show. Oh my
is
God.
anybody? Are you on?
Middle of the show, Harold's like, what's
She's
that
on.
website again?
She's on them.
She's on them.
I was on Plenty of Fish.
Okay, so how's that work? How's that work?
How's that work, Shauna?
Well,
Yes, Shauna. Tell us how that
no,
works.
basically, there's different categories that you could sign up for.
Okay.
When you could say you want a relationship or you're just looking for somebody to hang out with. And
Yes.
when, I don't know, to me, when somebody had to hang out on their profile, I'm like, oh, what are you looking for? But
so, Shauna, have you ever gotten so
Hang out.
horny that you've gone to a website to hook up, like just a hookup site?
no.
Tatiana, would you ever go to a hookup site?
No.
So what kind of girls going to a hookup site?
That's what I'm saying. But when I talk to like some buddies and stuff, and like people I hear, they're like, "Oh, there's hot girls on them." I'm like, "Wait, why would a hot girl need to go on these websites? A hot girl could walk into any bar any night of the week and get fucking laid if she wants.
Even
to.
if she's ugly.
Yeah.
An ugly girl can do
Even
it.
ugly girls.
The
yeah.
ugliest girl in the room can get laid if she wants to
No
get laid.
shit.
And the hottest guy will probably fuck at the end of the night.
Yeah.
There's no bar that I can go into and get laid where I can tell you, oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting laid tonight. I'm going to that right on the street and I'm going to stay there till I get laid. I'm probably not getting laid. Probably. I mean, if you're a betting man, I'm not getting laid.
Yeah. Well, I feel the same way though.
What did that mean?
I feel the
Why'd
same
you have
way.
to go there and say yeah?
No, because if I came here and I'm like, ah, shit, I'd love to take one of these strippers home. It's not good.
You could have any girl here.
Chaunce, I would actually disagree with you. I think if you went to a bar, you could get laid that night.
A gay bar.
No, straight bar.
Where?
Aw.
I've seen women throw themselves at him. I don't know what it is.
You? Yeah.
And attractive women. Attractive women.
Who?
I think you sell yourself short because
was I in the room when it
We're
happened?
in the room.
people know who you are. And that's all. Listen, women aren't even looking
It's
for
a lot of
anything
work for
but
me.
notoriety and cash. And
It's
if
a lot
you
of-
got either one, even if you
Yeah.
pretend you have either one,
Yeah,
you'll get fucking
There
played.
is some merit to what you're
Yeah.
saying, but it's so much work for me and it's so stressful.
Yeah. You don't
and the
even
girl
wanna
never
deal with
feels
the
good
bullshit.
afterwards, and the girl never feels good
So
afterwards.
did you ever do it though?
Girls-
Did you ever like log into one of those websites and then have? a
I've
girl
had
come?
women come to my house to have sex with me off the internet. I've had that happen. Yes, I've had housewives come.
Housewives.
Yeah, come to my house just to have
like
sex
the New
with me.
Jersey Housewives.
No. This is your world. That's your scene. This
Yeah,
is
Teresa
like
was
you
there.
think of was it Angelina Jolie? Did she come
I
over?
watched her
Like
porno.
that's how you
I
think.
watched Teresa's porno. That was awesome.
Really?
No, I'm
Hey,
talking
what
about
a dirty
big.
old skank. I love it.
Yeah. Wait, which one is that?
The porno.
Teresa.
Danielle Staub or
Teresa.
Teresa?
Yeah.
No, her like hair line. It's like down
What's
here.
her name?
Danielle Staub.
Danielle Staub.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Danielle.
she's
Oh,
probably
I don't like
watching
her.
this.
She's like annoying.
So no,
It's hot for an old broad.
I'm at an age now. You know what's great about being older and getting you're not really in the game anymore is that I don't mind fucking anything. Like the ugliest, fattest girl is fine with me. You know what I mean? Like I'm past that stage where she's not my type. Everything's my type.
So,
if you're breathing, even if you're not breathing, you might be my type.
It comes
Like,
full
you-
circle though. It comes full circle because when I was in college and like,
Yeah.
you know, right after college, I'm like, shall fuck anything that walks.
Yeah.
And
It goes
now I'm
it's
like,
we turn to babies again.
Yeah, I have a
You're right.
girlfriend. I don't want a problem.
That's genius. You're right. It's going full circle. When you're born, you'll suck on any tit. Like when you're born, you will suck on any nipple. You don't care whose nipple it belongs to. You'll suck on
Oh
it.
my god.
You're almost like a dog.
And then you get to a certain point where you get to a stage where you have a certain breast type and it's got to look a certain way on a certain woman on a certain ethnic group. I'm back in that stage where I'll suck on any tit again. Like I'm near death. This is why I know I'm ready. I'm going back into the ground. I'm back to sucking on anything that sticks itself in my mouth. It's nipple, whatever.
Small tit, little tit.
It's gushy thing.
It's good. Well, I'm actually looking forward to the future then. This is great.
Yeah. Well, you know,
My standards will drop again.
yeah, because one day you won't be Kenny Santucci that we see now.
No.
I
I'm gonna
won't
get
be
a nice
around
beer
to
belly.
see it. I won't probably
have
won't-
shit genetics. I'm Italian, so it's all going to catch up to me. soon.
You will be a very funny, unattractive man one day. Like you will not be.
I'll
this
hopefully never
person.
go bald. My dad's bald, but he started balding at like 30.
Would that be the
25,
worst
30.
thing for you personally? The worst thing?
Going bald? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my hair.
Yes.
Oh my God, I can
100%.
Yeah, I
imagine.
don't think either of you would look good bald.
No.
Not many people. Who does look
You're
good
gonna have like
bald?
a
You look
certain.
good. You look good bald.
No,
I look more
I look like I have
Jewish. I have,
chemotherapy.
like, big Jewish feet. I got big ears, a big nose. I got to keep my hair up to like.
Especially,
distract
what's
everything
cool?
else.
Guys that lose their hair in high school, it's almost like
Horrible.
In high
Oh, it's,
school?
Breaks my heart.
In high
it's the
school?
worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
I used to make fun of all the kids that were bald in high school. I used to go on the chalkboard. His name was Lenny Leader. I'll never forget his name. Lenny Leader. Lenny Leader had a horseshoe in high school. I mean, it's the worst thing that could ever happen to somebody. From
He was in
Lyndhurst.
Norwood
Lenny Leader
6.
from Lyndhurst.
He was
That's
in
where you grew up,
Norwood.
Lyndhurst?
Hey.
No, he did. And I would draw in front of the class before class started. I would draw Lenny with the hair coming out the side of his head with little pointy things coming up like this. So everybody, it wasn't bad enough Lenny looked like that, but I would have to show on the board and demonstrate to the class what Lenny looked like for those who didn't see him sitting here
Goes
bald.
around, comes around, Sean.
Yeah, I'm telling you, karma sucks. I do believe it.
I do believe in it
All
too.
the terrible things I've done in my life,
And when
I
you tried to get hair back, it ruined you.
yeah, you're fucked. You're fucked. Once you lose your hair, your life is essentially over.
I know some idiots who spend thousands of dollars. I actually used to work with a guy who had hair taken out of the back of his head.
Oh,
but
that's
spent
horrible.
Like 10 grand
Yeah,
to like
that's terrible.
transplant the hair.
Yes.
Like in front.
The worst thing.
And we started this whole rumor
You did
about.
that, didn't you?
You know, I never liked you, and I want to thank you.
Wait, it didn't work?
This is your last show. I just
does
want to
work.
say, everybody,
I know a lot about
Tatiana has made her final appearance on the Chaunce Hayden Show.
Bye, guys.
Is there anything you want to say before the show ends, just to
No.
wrap it up? And did you have any farewell comments to make?
Could you
or-
take your hat off so we could all look?
Does my hair look that bad?
No, go turn
You
around.
wanna see
Well,
the
if you
back?
had
Let's
it
go
done-
in the back.
If you had it done, I feel terrible for you.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, how much
you
did you
got-
spend?
See, but
I'm gonna
that's
kill
the thing,
myself
the person
tonight.
The person that did his, we have a hair loss show on the network.
Okay.
You know
And
what?
Spencer Coburn.
Oh, we should
I
advertise
hate
for the
I'm looking for something
people
to
from
throw at you.
Metropolis.
I'm gonna throw my. Remember Bush?
No, but he went to a doctor that got into big trouble. It was front page of the New York Post. He was hiring sanitation workers to do
Garbage
hair
men
Get
were
the-
doing the surgery.
Yeah, well, you know how
You're
to pick
fucking
them.
lying.
Do you want to? You want to hear this story? Do you
What
want to
was
hear
it?
this?
Get half your head.
All right,
the
we
other
have
one
5
half
more minutes
off?
left in the
Yeah,
show.
5
You want to
minutes.
end the show, the last 5 minutes of the show? You know,
With the
why
hair
is it all
transplant
about
story?
humiliation? Why? Why can't we have a show where we just say, Chauncey's a good interviewer, you know, he does a good broadcast? It always has to be about the humiliation. But here we go. We have 5 minutes, so let's tell the story. so I was part of the Howard Stern show for 18 years. So they had a surgery group called what was Andrew? I know you know the name.
I don't know. I know the doctor's name.
Dr. Hinsick.
Dr. Hitzik.
But it was called,
Barry
I
Hitzik.
forget what the name of the company was, but they did hair surgery. So Howard Stern set up this deal with me, Billy West from the Stern Show, Steve Guerrillo from the Stern Show, to have our hair thickened with this procedure where they take the hair at the back of your head and they stick it into the front of your head,
Oh my God.
and you're supposed to
Well,
look.
it's not that simple. They actually cut the entire.
They
back of
cut-
your
they
head from,
scalp
like,
you.
ear
They
to
scalp
ear.
you like an
And-
Indian.
And it's about this thick, and they peel it back.
They
so
peel-
you have like a strip.
Yeah, and
And
they
they take
take
the hair from
and they
there
take the
and you put it
grafts,
in
the
the
hair
front.
grafts, and they plant them into your head. And
Who
you
the
remember,
fuck
you know what I'll
tries
never
that?
forget? You know what I'll never forget? During the surgery, they said, "We got a bleeder." I'll never get those words. Sometimes
You
I
were
wake
awake?
up. Yeah, you're awake during it. It's like, you know that movie? You know
fuck
what it's
outta
like?
here.
You know what it's like? What's that movie with the cannibal when he eat the guy's head brain while he's awake? Hannibal. You remember the scene where they take the guy's skull off his head and he's actually cooking his brain while he's
Oh my
awake?
God.
They actually operate on your head while you're watching TV. And remember, never forget it. We got a
What were you
bleeder.
watching?
All I kept hearing, I know Tatiana. I think I was watching SpongeBob, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That lightens up the mood a little bit.
so this procedure happened.
What the fuck?
Who's that?
I can't show them.
Some random
That's gross.
Yeah.
person?
So they do this surgery,
gross.
right? And now it's a nightmare. It doesn't work. Nobody looks good with it. About 2 years later, on the front page of the Daily News, they have a picture of garbage men with hair on top of it, and they say garbage men busted for performing surgery in East Side
And
Clinic.
you recognize your doctor?
They had the
Why would he get
was
garbage
trained
men?
because he didn't have to pay them anything. He took his sanitation workers that took out his garbage, and he brought they were interested in his company, so he taught them at night how to do the grafts. And so they would come in during the day on their off days.
How does that even come up? Like they're picking up the garbage, be like, "You guys want another job? I got
He
this
became,
awesome."
yeah. He goes,
Got an awesome idea
He goes,
for
I
you.
have so much work.
How do you feel about
one
hair?
guy that went to him, and then he ended up like befriending him, and so then he hired his buddies that happened to be.
And they
So I was
trained.
gonna say, put that garbage can down. I gotta show you.
They
something.
literally train these garbage. It was a group of sanitation workers that all got lessons from Dr. Hinsick on how to do this surgery, and they would come in and do it.
Who recommended you to this doctor?
Howard Stern.
Steve Grillo.
Steve Grillo and Howard Stern.
Steve Grillo. And poor Steve Grillo, his head, back of the head.
It's
She
worse
thought
than
he
mine.
had brain surgery done.
Yeah.
And she felt bad for him. It's like, wow, what happened to him? I'm like,
explains so much, and I
he
really
had-
thought.
See,
Yeah,
Kenny,
hair
you look at your life, how blessed you are. Don't you feel good about when you walk out here? You should whistle down the street. You should be the happiest
skip and
man.
whistle?
I know.
You should be the happiest
And
man
it-
on the
it
face of
could
the earth.
end. One day, it could
No
go
shit.
south.
It could go
Skip.
sour.
Yeah.
It could go. When I was your age, I looked just like you, exactly like you. We're like twins. This could be your future, Kenny. Kenny, this could be your future. I am the ghost of Kenny Future.
Every time I think I told you this last time. Every time I go get a haircut, I'm like, is my hair receding? Like I have my.
Well, I told you last time. I used to get haircuts when I was your age. She would say, "Don't worry, you got time." I would say, well, "What do you mean I got time? Time for what?" She goes, "Oh, don't worry, you got time." Like
I hope
does
to
that
eventually
mean-
go gray. That would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, like. Yeah.
You know
like
what?
the George Clooney deal.
I hate
That's
you
cool.
so much.
I hope I never lose. Well, you know, they say you take after your what? Your mother's father.
That's a myth. It's a myth.
I don't think it
It's a myth.
matters. I don't think it matters. I think it's luck of the draw.
Genetic.
Yeah.
It's genetic.
Yeah, it's with
Hell, that's why you're saying.
my brothers all have
Yeah.
thick hair. All my brothers have thick hair.
Yeah.
I'm like the BG that went bald. You know the one BG that lost his hair? Like I'm that guy. All the BGs had thick hair, and this one guy. Imagine how the BG felt. That was it. Maurice. Which one lost all his
I
hair?
don't think any
Wait,
of
but
us.
the
Are,
back of
I
your
know
head,
who
let
the
me see the back of
BGs
your
are.
head.
I just don't know.
I don't know the name.
Oh, I see it. I always wondered what that was, and I'm like,
Did you really?
Yeah, I was like, I guess he got into like a bad accident.
Oh.
I always wondered what that was. That's what it was.
Yep. Wow.
that is rough, man.
Wow.
That's why I never want a tattoo. It's
Wow,
like,
like
having a
I
permanent
really
scar.
always did wonder. I'm like, I guess I
What's up,
really
man?
thought
How
he
you
had like brain surgery or something too.
What do you know? More good hair in the room.
Oh.
Speaking of good hair, we'll be back next week, same time, 6 o'clock, Wednesday
Aw,
night.
your notebook.
Goodbye.